Hanks impression. So guys, it's December 21st, and 4 days till Christmas, so I'm super excited because Christmas is my favorite time of the year. I love opening presents, I love being with my family, and I love Christmas films. So I'm going to review a Christmas film that I haven't watched in a very long time, and I'm watching it right now, and I was like, might as well review it, because it's almost Christmas, it's a Christmas movie, and I gotta review some Christmas movies. So this one, I'm gonna start off with. So The Polar Express is a motion capture anime film based on a book, which is directed by Robert Zemeckis, who directed Forrest Gump, which is starring Tom Hanks, Castaway starring Tom Hanks. Now he directed this movie, which is also starring Tom Hanks, but this time it's a motion capture animated film based on a best-selling book. And if you don't know the story of the Polar Express, which a lot of people should have, I'll tell you right now. It's about this boy that discovered there's a train in his front yard, and he discovered that the train is taking him and some of the children to the North Pole, that to believe that Santa is actually real, and the train goes on different journeys, and that's the movie. That's exactly the entire movie. I do enjoy this movie. I thought this movie is very underrated. Let's talk about when I first experienced this movie as a little kid. When I first saw this movie, my uncle has that movie, so he just put that on. He's like, oh, this movie's good for children. So he just put on this movie, and when I was watching, I was like,
this is creepy as hell.
Think about it. When you're in bed, you hear quick whistling sounds, and you found there's a train in front yard, it kind of feels creepy at some stage, but then when you're on it, you're like,
okay, this train's magical.
That's why I thought about this movie as a kid. Now when I watched it, I enjoyed it. I thought this movie was so magical, it's so brooding, and it's very creative film. What I mostly like about this film is that this film does follow up to the book. It didn't mess up anything. There's only one part of the film that's not in the book, but that is it. The rest of this film is just like, it's like reading the book. And there's nothing wrong with that for me, because I think that is awesome, reading the book again. You can just watch the film if you don't want to read the book, because it has the exact same story. Like the first scene in the movie when he's asleep, Tom Hanks actually narrates the first part of the book, which is kind of cool in the film. Speaking of Tom Hanks plays a lot of characters in this movie. He first plays the dad, which he's at the start of the film. He also plays a ticket instructor on the train. He plays this hobo guy on top of the train. And he also plays Santa Claus. So Tom Hanks played a lot of characters, and he did it really good. But my favorite character by Tom Hanks is probably the ticket guy. He's a bit of a dick a little bit, and like the start, but you figure out why he's a dick. He's trying to make it. But if you think about it, he's kind of a heartwarming guy, and he's kind of good as that character. And Tom Hanks, I can't help that saying Woody is on the train. Like, it's kind of weird. What I liked about this movie also is the motion capture animation. I love those animations, and Robert Zemeckis did a pretty good job with some of those animation, like Beowulf and another Christmas movie he made, A Christmas Carol with Jim Carrey, which is very dark and scary movie. But this movie is just like, the animation is so great. Some bits of animations kind of like a little drift off, but most of the animation in this movie, especially the train and the backgrounds, look absolutely brilliant. He did a pretty good job with the animation, and I give Robert Zemeckis that. Some of the kids are mostly great. Like, I like the main kid in the film. He does not believe in Santa. That's what's different about the book too. He believes in Santa. But in this one, it's like, he doesn't believe, but then he starts to believe in, like, the end of the film. And this kid is played by Josh Hutcherson, which I didn't notice that. Well, I hope it's him, because there's a lot of, like things on IMDb about, is this Josh Hutcherson? I don't know. But I really hated that glasses kid. I freaking hate that know-it-all kid. He just annoys me. My favorite part of this whole entire film is probably the eye scene. The way that scene handled, that was a fun scene. It was absolutely awesome to see that scene. It's very intense. You're at the edge of your seat the entire time. And you're just like, oh my god, please don't drown. I am spoiling a bit of the film, but who hasn't seen this film? Like, this film is like a classic in my opinion. This is very underrated. I don't know Why? Some people did hate it. That's fine. People have opinions, but I actually enjoyed it. It's on my top 5 favorite Christmas films. It's a great film. Probably another favorite character of mine is this little boy. Like, this little boy is just like, oh my god, this little boy broke my heart. This boy is just so nervous and he doesn't think Chris is up to him. That's very sad. And at the end, he's very happy and he's just like, yeah, this kid is like the best part of the film. It makes me feel emotional inside. Especially when the When Christmas Comes to Town scene. That was the cutest scene I've seen all movies. Some people said the musicals are too forgettable. In my opinion, I didn't forget these songs. Like, the hot chocolate scene was so awesome. Like, you just want those hot chocolates of how good they are. And when Christmas Comes to Town, it's just like, oh my god, this scene is so beautiful. Like, the way that scene looked, it looked so drifting. It looked so amazing. I do have some problems with this film. And the main problem is there are some parts of the movie that you just feel like, why is that in the film? Like, seriously, like, that nerdy kid, why is he in the film? What's his purpose? It didn't make sense. And there was some stuff in the movie that you figure, like, this doesn't make sense. Like, for example, when they got off the ice and the ice is all melted off the tracks, how did they get back home without getting drowned by those ice tracks? If you think about it, you just figure that out. Like, you just like, oh my god, why didn't I think that? And also, when the train comes to the house, why didn't any other people hear it? I think it's just magic, maybe they were deep asleep, I'm not sure. And when the kid goes downstairs as well, how did their parents not hear him running down the stairs, opening the door? They would have heard that. But anyway, it's a film. It's a good Christmas film overall. I love The Polar Express. It's not a perfect Christmas film. I still put it in my top 5 Christmas film because I had fun with it. It was a good Christmas film. It's very underrated. The animation was really good. The characters are fine, except for the annoying kid. And Tom Hanks did really good in those roles in the film. I'm giving The Polar Express a B+. So guys, have you seen The Polar Express? What do you think of that movie? Comment below, let me know what you think. And my next Christmas review I'm going to do is Home Alone. So guys, make sure to subscribe to my movies, everything, and have a nice day.